Well, hello friends. My name's Rainy. Welcome back to my channel, Rainy Day Reads. I hope everyone has been having a wonderful Victober. As I'm filming this, it is the 29th, so we still have a couple of days left to finish those Victorian novels. That is why I am not doing my wrap up yet, because I am trying desperately and probably in vain to finish a couple Victorian novels by the end of the month. So today I just thought that I would pop on here and tell you about my November TBR. I currently have 10 books on this TBR. Two of those books may not appear if I can get them done by the end of this month. If not, we will be turning this partially into Victember and just continuing Victober into November because I, of course, made too many plans. And I will be doing Victember no matter what, because I do have some additional Victober reads that I didn't even start or that weren't even planned that just happened to be on my TBR this month. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So the first book that I am planning to read is actually a new release. I know, shocking. I hardly ever read new releases. But I will be reading Twilight Falls by Juno Black. This is the fourth book, I believe, in the Sleepy Hollow mystery series. I will be buddy reading this with my friend Ellie from Ellie's Cozy Chronicles, I believe is her channel name. I don't know why I just blanked on that, but she'll be linked down below. I feel like you need to go watch her. But we have been reading this entire series together. I believe up until this point, they were all rereads for Ellie, but not for me. This was my first time reading the series, and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of fanciful. It has anthropomorphized animals, so it follows a fox named uh, uh, Vivian. No, Vera. Oh geez, Vera Vixen. That's why I got kind of confused. And she is, I think I said, a fox. And she's also the reporter for the local paper in Sleepy Hollow. And I read a little synopsis for book 4, and it sounds like there are a couple of star-crossed lovers in Sleepy Hollow, and they are, their parents do not want them to be together, and something happens that the wrong person is accused, and Vera is going to try to vindicate them and find the real criminal. So I am really looking forward to this. It seems like it's going to be slightly stressful. Ellie and I have both said that as far as cozy mysteries go, the Sleepy Hollow series is a little bit more suspenseful and can be more stressful than most cozy mysteries, oh boy, that we read. Maybe I shouldn't have filmed this today. I am having trouble with my words. I'm really enjoying visualizing Sleepy Hollow and the characters and everything. So that really like seals the deal for me, that they're all animals and they're just walking around, and a moose serves coffee to a mouse, and that doesn't seem like a problem. I just really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm excited to read this new release with Ellie. And the next book I have slated is also a new release, and it's also a cozy mystery. I will be reading Myrtle, Means, and Opportunity, which is, I believe, the 5th book in the Myrtle Hardcastle mystery series. And I'll be reading this with a couple of friends, maybe just one. I don't think we have confirmed that my second friend is going to be joining us, but we'll be buddy reading that together. I think we read at least the last one together, if not the others. And so, yeah, this is a middle grade mystery series that follows Myrtle Hardcastle, who is a young girl in Victorian times. I believe it's Victorian times. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah. So, a little Victober adjacent action going on. And she is actually going to be in Scotland for this book. And she will be investigating a like historical murder, I suppose, in a supposedly haunted old castle. So I feel like that will be really exciting to read about. And I have listened to at least a couple of them on audiobook. So I'm really hoping that I can get the audiobook when we are ready to read it. Um, yeah, because I don't know. I like Myrtle's voice on this audiobook that I've been listening to. So I think it'll be fun. But oh, did I say I don't know if I said the authors of either of those books. The Twilight Falls is Juno Black, and Myrtle Means an Opportunity is Elizabeth C. Bunce. So there you go. I've done my duty as a booktuber and telling you who they are, who the authors are. The next book is also going to be kind of an Victober Victember read, and that is also going to be a nonfiction, which will go for Nonfiction November. And that is going to be The Joy in Christ's Presence by Charles Spurgeon, who was a Victorian pastor, preacher, speaker. And this is going to be a read along that is run by my friends Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia and Dia from Novel Idea. And I don't really know too much about it other than it was a Spurgeon, and I do enjoy Spurgeon. And it was a read along with Tiffany and Dia. Other than that, I know nothing. It was really hard to find a copy. Not really hard. I mean, I did find one on Amazon, but there was literally like one, and no Kindle copies, which is fine because I prefer regular books. No ebook, so just a paperback. So if you are interested in this book, I suggest getting over to Amazon and getting a copy there of the paperback. And it doesn't look like it's a Victorian author because the cover is very modern, which I'm not real thrilled about, but it is what it is. It's all I can find. So, and I want to read it. So we're just gonna deal. The next thing is also a Victober carryover. I had planned to read Countess Kate by Elizabeth Mary Young, I believe was her. No, Charlotte Mary Young. And I had planned to read that in Victober, but never got around to it. So my friend Elizabeth talked about wanting to read that in November. So I joined along with her. I believe someone else from Kate's Patreon is joining us. I believe, I think there are three of us that are going to be reading this together. So I'm very excited for that. Countess Kate is short, so I probably should have gotten to it this month, but I didn't. And from what Kate tells me, and I have read a Young before, and she does have a lot of Christian themes in it. Kate tells me that she would consider Young to be a Christian author, so like a Christian fiction author, so from the Victorian era. So I am interested in that. I was going to try to participate in a Christian fiction readathon in the month of October, and I should have just known better. When I participate in Victober, that's really all I read. Like it's very rare for me to read anything but Victorian novels in October. I should have known better. But so I will just read it now, and we'll call it a belated journey through the Bible readathon. Ooh, the next thing I wanted to tell you about is that we are starting back up with our Follow Us to Fair Acre read along series that my friends Kate Howe, Angie, and Chelsea from Voyage of a Time Wanderer. Angie's channel is now, oh yeah, Angie and the Great World. We have been hosting this read along together for the past year and some change. And we took a couple months off, but now we are going to be coming back in November, and we are going to be reading Changes in Fair Acre. That was the book that we were supposed to read, I think, in September when we decided to take a break. So that's where we are now. So if you would like, we would love for you to join us. And this is the Fair Acre series by Miss Reed. And I don't know anything about this one. I didn't look into it, but I believe our live stream that we are going to do will be on Kate's channel on November 17th. That's a Friday. And I think we normally do it at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the last of the new haven't been even started books that I have on my TBR is Jane of Lantern Hill by Ellen Montgomery. And I strategically placed myself near my Ellen Montgomery set for this purpose. My friends Mitzi from Mitzi Reads and Writes and Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books are hosting a More Montgomery challenge in the month of November. They have previously spread this out over like 3 months, which was fun, but they have condensed it now to just 1 month, which, you know, is like normal for us in BookTube land to just have a month-long readathon. So I feel like that is perfectly fine. And Jane of Lantern Hill is their group read. I don't know anything about it, really. Again, I didn't really look it up before I turned the camera on. But yeah, Montgomery has never steered me wrong, so I'm really looking forward to it. And also, I decided that I have really been enjoying having a focus cross-stitch project. Every month I focused on my Jane Eyre portrait that I kind of cut her off, but it's a companion to my Alice in Wonderland that I have up there. And maybe I'll pop a picture of where I was the last time I did a full picture of her. But this is Jane Eyre, and that's what I've been doing for Victober. And I'm thinking that because of the More Montgomery Challenge, I am going to make my focus project for November my Anne of Green Gables full coverage. And so I'll put a little picture up here of what it'll look like. I don't think I'll put a picture, if I can find one, I'll put a picture up of where I was the last time I showed it to anybody, but the last time I worked on it, really, because I haven't worked on it at least in the last month. So I'm not very far on it, but I would like to be farther. So I am going to make that one of my focus projects, but I'm also going to continue working on my Jane Eyre portrait because I have a goal to have it done by the end of 2023 because it has been a work in progress for way too long. So I'll be working on both of those, which is, you know, it fits because I'm going from Victober into Victember, and going to read an Ellen Montgomery. If I can, I will read some other Ellen Montgomery, but obviously I have a lot of books on my TBR, so the chances of that are probably slim. So, but at least I can read one. So, and then there are 3 Victorian novels that I have not finished yet. So there are 2 that are possible that I could get done in the next 2.5 days, but I'm thinking probably not. And then the one is definitely going to be a carryover, and I knew it would be from the start. So the first 2 that possibly could get done by the end of the month is The Way We Live Now by Anthony Trollope and Man and Wife by Wilkie Collins. I was supposed to have Man and Wife done for yesterday because it was the group read for Kate Howe's Patreon, which I am a member of, but I just did not. I didn't prioritize it early enough and didn't get it done. So I think it was only about 50% done by the time that meeting rolled around. So I missed that meeting, sadly, but I'm really enjoying the book. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm finishing it. And then The Way We Live Now was the group read for just Victober in general. And I knew I was probably not going to participate in any of the Discord discussions or anything like that. That's just not my thing, really. So I knew I was just going to be reading it on my own. And I even started it early, and I'm still not done with it. I'm not going to lie, it was a slow starter for me. But, and I think that's what got me off track because I just found other things that I was enjoying more. So I kind of put it off and got off schedule. But now I am thoroughly enjoying it and I do want to see how it ends. So I do want to finish it, but it's taking me a while. So chances are that I'm not going to finish both of those within the next 2 days, even though both of them are on audiobook, because I can only listen to audiobooks for so long before I need something else. So like a YouTube video or something. So yeah. But what else? Oh, and then the last thing that I know is going to be a carryover into November is Little Dorrit by Charles Dickens. And I have been slowly, very slowly reading this with my friend Alicia from Adventures of Stitching. And she is my carryover floss tube, booktube friend. She doesn't do booktube yet, but maybe we can convince her at some point. But she's been wanting to read this one, I guess, and so we decided to read it together. So but I'm only on chapter 10, and I don't know where she is, but it's slow moving, but I'm hoping that I can get farther in it this month, so in November. So anyway, friends, that was a lot of books. So hopefully I can get them all done. I didn't have any physical books to show you, so hopefully I popped all the pictures up of everything, and that you're at least getting a little more than just looking at me. So yeah, I hope you had a great Victober, and I hope you'll have a lovely nonfiction November or Montgomery November, or whatever you're going to be reading. Tell me in the comments if you have read any of the books on my TBR, or what you are most excited to read in the month of November. Are you participating in any of the big readathons that are happening, or are there others that maybe people don't know about that you want to mention? Yeah, because I'm always up for finding new readathons that I have basically no time to participate in, but it's just fun anyway. So, all right, friends, I'm going to stop chatting, and I'll talk to you in my next video, which should be my Victober wrap-up. All right, bye!